No, get your voice clear. You're num. Get your podcasting voice, Matt.
Hello.
Num.
Num 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 num. You better not be recording me right now.
Actually, I am. So too bad, dude. That's gonna be the intro. Oh, what do we got here? Let's do this thing.
Right into this world, all alone. God takes your soul. You're on your.
Oh yeah. Here we are back in the lab studio. There you go. We got Lurch in the house. Lurch up in the house. Welcome to all our fellow bikeaholics out there. We want to welcome you to a special episode, a special podcast, something we've been wanting to do. And that is, we want to cover episodes of the Sons of Anarchy FX Network series. After all, this is the official law-abiding biker podcast. And as you know, we cover everything. And that includes TV and media, motorcycle media. After all, this podcast is for the motorcycle majority. That's right. The
99%, baby.
Yeah, buddy. So anyways, yeah. Special podcast for you guys. Let's do this thing. So here we are, brother. And we will be covering, basically, up front, we're going to be covering it's season 6 of Sons of Anarchy. And they kicked off episode, let me look here. They kicked off episode 1 and 2. Whoa, you okay over there?
A little kickback from the tacos.
Cow, dude. Yeah, well, I changed it up tonight, and we've been doing brats and beans.
Yeah.
And changed it up to some good old-fashioned tacos.
Yes.
And my wife made some phenomenal
frijoles.
Yeah. She is from Mexico, so she is a wonderful cook of the Mexican
delights.
Yeah, perfect.
Those refried beans are kicking back a little bit. Sorry, I was trying not to belch in the microphone.
And I didn't need to eat 2, but I did.
I had 2 loaded.
Yeah. So this is something we wanted to do, guys, is we're not going to be able to pump out a podcast for every episode, but we want to at least group a couple episodes at a time and get out podcast to you. By the way, this is Ryan Erlacher, your host of the lawabidingbiker.com and your
high-tech redneck.
Thank you, sir. All right, so yeah, so they kicked off episode Sons of Anarchy, and we're just going to get right into it. Actually, we're not going to promo nothing, or I've got some stuff. Real quick, we've already got in the bucket, so you can expect, guys out there, we're recording this one tonight. I'm going to pump it out tonight, and it is the September 18th.
Yes.
Yeah, yep. So we're actually going to record this one, and we're going to pump it out right tonight and release it because I want to stay up on Sons of Anarchy. We do have Law Abiding Biker 18, 19, and 20 recorded, and if you'll allow me to go here, what do you got going on, Matt? Anything while I'm looking this up?
Well, I was not on 19 and 20, so whatever debauchery and craziness happened, I'm not responsible for any of it.
It was a train wreck, one of them.
Yeah, got old Popeye in here for his first time.
Oh, geez.
I remember my first time.
Yeah, Popeye was in here for his first time, and he learned the hard way. Go ahead. You got something to say? You can talk over this.
Oh, well, it's funny that you get nervous in doing these, especially the first couple times. Because really, while we recorded, there's nobody listening while we're recording. It's just us sitting here talking. But in the back of your head, you realize that there's lots of people out there downloading and going to listen to this, and you get a little self-conscious about your voice and, trying to sound cool or whatever. And so the first couple times, at least in this studio, people have been known to over-imbibe a little bit in the liquid personality.
Yes.
And have had to spend time on your couch because they couldn't leave afterwards.
Popeye
myself included.
Yes, and I knew he was going to learn the hard way. And
some people have to.
I let him because there's nothing you can tell people, but you got to, you got to keep it real. So it was a fun night, but by the second episode, he was.
Were your kids able to sleep through all that snoring?
Yeah, that's right. I took a video of him snoring.
You sent
on
out
the couch.
just the group, didn't you?
Yeah, it's a closed page. Yeah, I would not put that on the public, but yeah, dude, that was funny. I had to video record that. So, anyways, looking right here, let me adjust my mic a little bit here, so I can look at my screen. So we're looking at, we've already, just so you guys know, we've already recorded, Law Abiding Biker, 18.
Our coming of age episode.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, sweet 6, or no, wait.
You
legal
did
18.
You did 18 with me.
Yeah, I was on 18.
Yep. You just weren't on
19 or 20.
19 or 20. Okay, that's right. So there's 20. So I'm going to give you guys a little, I'm just changing some stuff here because I changed episodes. But so coming up, are you ready? Here we go. Law Abiding Biker Lab episode 18. The title, just to give you a little teaser, is called Keeping Your Cool at All Times.
Yep.
And you can just tuck that right away in your back of your head. And so, keeping your cool at all times. Look forward to Lab 18. Lab 19 is titled, and these are already recorded and the notes are ready to go. Lab 19, Harley Davidson versus metric motorcycles.
Oh, good Lord.
I.e. the craziness.
I can only imagine with those two goofballs in here.
Oh, no.
How that conversation went.
It actually went really good.
Oh, good.
Because that was our first one of the night. And it was actually based on some voicemails that we got from a guy, his name is Matt Pass, who has been a huge supporter of the show.
Yes.
And not only has he donated, and we thank him so much for his donation to us,
Matt.
He also has left quite a few voicemails with great subject matter that gives us good reason to put out some good content. So that one is based on his voicemail, and we do some really cool stuff there. Of course, there's a lot more packed in there, but that is the essence of that. And then, of course, we have in the bucket Lab 20, episode 20, which is labeled The Real Scoop on 3-piece versus 1-piece patches and handling any issues. And of course, me and you had went over that based on a voicemail. However, we get a little more in depth about, and it was again based on a voicemail from Matt Pass. So we did an episode, and we also, which is really cool in couple of these episodes, in 19 and 20 is people got on the site on lawabidingbiker.com. And they actually curbed the show.
Oh, sweet.
There was chatters, and I always put out, I didn't tonight because this is a special episode, so we're going to do some of these special Sons of Anarchy episodes, but...
I feel special being here.
Yeah. The guy, Matt, left a message, and then a couple other guys got on chat, and he curbed the show. Guy from Alaska, which was really cool. So
right
anyways,
on. A little bummed I wasn't here to experience that.
I know, and they were talking, and I was chatting back and forth with him, and then he had actually sent me a voicemail, and so then he curbed the show. I was going to do it next episode, and I played his voicemail. So look forward to those guys, and usually I put out on Facebook and Twitter, if you want to follow us, both Law Abiding Biker, and I put out when we're going to be in the studio recording, even though it's not live. It's live while we're recording, and you can go to lawabidingbiker.com, go to the any page, lower right-hand corner is a chat, and you can chat us up, and you can actually curb the show. So anyways, enough of that. Let's get into Sons of Anarchy, brother. You got any thoughts off the top of your head, dude?
I've been waiting for it. I'm excited.
Yeah, I know.
It's a motorcycle show that doesn't pretend to be anything other than what it is. Fiction, entertainment.
Absolutely. And I can appreciate that for sure.
It's out there. I mean, some things that happen, you're like, come on now.
Oh, yeah.
But it's good entertainment. It's still fun to watch.
It does. And I like it.
I do too.
It follows, it's Hollywood, it's entertainment, and it follows some stuff, but
Dude,
That's why it sells so much, because it's entertainment.
That
It's not
first-
trying to be real. It's not
first
trying
ep-
to be Devil's Ride.
No.
So, yeah, go ahead. What do you got?
Sorry, I was stepping on you there.
Nope, go.
That first episode started up pretty dark, didn't it? Had Kurt Sutter. What's the
Otto.
Otto, yeah. He's getting railed in the...
Dude, I got that on my notes, dude.
Yeah, he's getting railed in the little room he's in, and that retired marshal comes in and basically tells him that it's going to happen every day.
Dude, that retired marshal's psycho.
Yeah,
He's
I
got
can't
some
remember
issues.
the name of that actor. I've seen him in other movies, and he's a very good actor.
I don't remember what his name is in the show because I don't have it in my notes. Because they
I
don't
don't
say
either.
it often. I refer to him in my notes as the U.S. Marshal guy.
Yeah. I've just seen other movies that he's been in, and he's a good actor.
You know what's funny is speaking. So first, we're going to talk about to keep this in order. We're going to talk about the episode that aired on September 10th, 2013, and then the second one we'll talk about aired last night, September 17th, 2013. Speaking of him getting railed, it was funny because there's a deal that I found, and it's called Anarchy Afterwards. Anarchy Afterwards, and FX Networks puts it out. And it's basically they do it after the shows, and so you can go to FX. I don't know. I only watched one, but right after episode 1, they sit down with some people. They had Tig there, and they had Kurt Sutter, and they kind of talk about the show. They talk about it afterwards, about what went into producing it, what some of Kurt Sutter, who's the producer of the show, if you guys aren't familiar, Kurt Sutter is the producer of that show. And the mastermind behind it, but they talk about him getting railed, and it's funny because not a lot of producers act in their own show, and they kind of made some fun about that, and
With all the parts
he said
to
he'll
pick.
take it for his show. That's what he said. That's what they were busting his.
I'll take one for the show.
And it's funny because it's
all
FX
the-
Network, so they're just cussing. It's an
Yeah.
after, but they're like cussing, and Kurt's dropping F-bombs, and it's just a casual conversation, kind of like a podcast, but it's on video, obviously. So yeah, he talks about taking one for the team for that, for faking getting railed, dude.
Yeah, as the creator and director, that's an interesting part to put yourself in. Otto's part.
He does a good job. And
Oh, yeah.
the funny thing is, if I'm not paying attention, I forget that that's him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And then
He does a good job.
Then I was watching that Anarchy Afterwards, and I was like, that is Kurt Sutter. I forget. He does a good job. So yeah, a little bit dark. A little bit dark, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, holy cow, man. And it's pretty graphic, but it is FX Networks, and they can do that because it's, what do they all, after every commercial, dude, MALSV.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They warn you.
Always MALSV, language, sexual content.
Violence.
Mature
audience.
mature audience. I'm like, geez, dude, can you? Yeah, so that is why I watch that after my children are in bed.
Good idea.
What else, dude? What else you got?
About what?
Anything?
Show?
Yeah, we're talking about episode that aired on September 10th. You got anything? I got notes. Dude, here's one thing I want to talk about is, and you can jump in, dude. So, we talked about Otto, but dude, I'm a little disappointed in Jax, dude.
Oh, how so?
Well, even though he's a apparent OMG member, I still expect him to be faithful to Tara.
Oh, whatever. Come on now. You just went from the beginning of the episode to the end.
Sorry, dude.
That's all right.
Well, no, you start at the end because he gets railed at the end. So now we're going.
No,
backwards.
wasn't that in the beginning, I thought.
No, that was the closing because that's why.
Oh,
See
I
these.
don't know about that. I thought that's how that.
No, you see these notes I made for you.
Well, that doesn't mean. I see your notes. That doesn't mean they're in order.
They are because I make them while I'm watching the show, so they're in chronological order.
I see your notes. I thought that was I thought this is how the show opened up. Was him getting it. Regardless.
Yeah, no, it's at the end because at the same they switch from him getting railed. You know how they always do that.
Yeah.
They switch around and kind of give you
I thought
teasers.
I thought there's a little peek in the beginning of that happening to him.
No, he gets railed at the end. And
I have it on TiVo. I'm going to go back. TiVo DVR. I'm going to go back and look at it. And
you better, dude. 'Cause
I will.
You better.
I know it happened. I just don't know what part of the episode.
Hey, Dude, you know me, and I'm anal, dude, but...
yeah, so is Kurt Sutter.
Yeah, apparently, dude. Oh, geez, you need one for that.
Well, we want to go back and start at the beginning, according to you.
Oh, I don't care since. Well, yeah, if you would like to,
let's just follow the notes chronologically, so I can keep up here.
All right, so Jack. So, anyways, if you guys haven't watched it, we're just gonna run down basically what happens, and then I got some opinions on what's going on and some things, and I think Matt here does too. So, obviously, the way it's going. Jax is obviously pushing the club, both in both episode 1 and 2. It seems like he's trying, and he's been doing that, I think,
since last season.
Since last season,
since he took over his P.
Exactly, he's been trying to push the club into more legitimate type businesses, and one of those businesses is whether it's legitimate or not. It's not selling guns, but it's I don't even know. You call it a brothel?
Well, they've got it set up as escort services.
Escort services, yes. Yeah. Massages.
Entertainment.
With a happy ending.
Your company of a beautiful young lady.
Yeah, okay. And then money can get you more than a massage, apparently. So, in that episode, the first episode, Tara is still in custody.
Oh, yeah.
In episode 2, we're going to talk about it. She got out. And they we'll get to that, but they really skipped whether she must be out on bail, but Tara in this episode is in jail, dude. And
she throws down.
She does throw down, dude.
Yeah.
Straight up. That girl doesn't throw down every day, but when she throws down, she throws down. Did you see her hair though, dude? It's all chopped, dude. That's nasty.
They're trying to make it look good for the she's in jail, and that's what somebody looks like when they're in jail, apparently.
Yeah. Apparently,
trying to make her look a little more ragged and worn.
The jails we deal with don't have a hair code.
They don't,
but apparently on TV, you have a hair code.
Apparently,
I know they're trying to make her look rough, but what do you think of Tara there, Matt? And I'll give you my opinion.
Oh, I just think she's mixed up in a world that she doesn't belong in.
Well, now outside that, how about as far as the factor goes?
Oh,
that factor as a...
I don't know.
Same here, dude.
It kind of depends on the lighting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we agree on that because
there's
so many people that think some of these girls... And I'm not saying she's not but she's nothing different than I see a lot hotter girls all the time.
Yeah, like all the ones that played porn stars on there.
Right. Yeah, and that's funny because when they were doing the Anarchy afterwards, they brought in a couple of those, and they were in bikinis, and they sat next to Kurt Sutter, and they were making fun of him and stuff. But that's my deal.
That I would know, but I think that some of those girls that play the porn stars on that show are legit porn stars.
Highly likely.
I think so.
FX Networks,
I think
bro.
So. Yeah, I think they are.
So
I mean, I'm not, whatever. Not that I would know, but
on a 1 to 10, Did you see when cameo, dude? Or
I'm just saying.
Cameo?
I don't know. They look like they.
So on the scale of 1 to 10.
Oh, that's tough. 1 to 10.
1 to 10, and then I'll give you mine. You may skew me.
I got. Well, I'm thinking. Sometimes she could be a little bit higher. Sometimes she's a little bit lower. So I might go with an average, based on all the episodes, and give her a 5.7.
That is a true supervisor's move right there.
Because I was thinking anywhere from a 5 to a 7 at times, maybe a little higher than 7.
And obviously, we don't know. There are a lot of people that don't have cable.
Right.
And so if they're listening to this podcast, Tara is Jax's girlfriend. And some people wait till after the season's over, then they buy it like on iTunes and stuff at 99 cents an episode. Mm-hmm. I was reading some blogs and stuff, and I was doing some tweets about it, and I was hashtagging SOA. And so you can get everybody that's talking about it. And there's a lot of people go, oh, I want to see the episode, but I don't have cable. I got to wait till the season's over. And so a lot of people follow it, and hopefully they can follow it through this podcast. So yeah, Tara, I give her, I don't know. It's hard, but a lot of people, dude, talk about her about she's so hot, and even some guys I work with and stuff. I'm like,
oh no,
okay, no. To me, it's like you. It's the lighting, and she plays a cool character. But
yeah, I just think she's an average
5. I'm straight up 5.
Yeah, 5's easy to say because you're not calling her ugly. You're not calling her hot. You're going,
she's
in
an
the middle
average
somewhere.
gal.
Just average. I would say average is anywhere from 5 to 7.
I agree. So,
but that last couple episodes with the haircut and
that took
looking rough, it took her down. It took her down. I would have gave her, I would have gave her a 7 probably, but now I'm saying 5.
Yeah,
0.7.
Yeah, dude, leave it to
Lock
you.
me in for a 5.7.
5.7. You're locked and loaded. So Clay is in PC. The funny thing is about the show is they use a lot of terms. Have you realized that? And I'm thinking they use a lot of terms, law enforcement terms, and of course we're, that's our regular jobs,
right?
Full-time LEOs. It's funny to me because they use a lot of law enforcement terms, and I'm like, if I wasn't a cop, I would not understand what that meant. And they don't explain it a lot. So hopefully we can put some light to some of these terms that they use.
I'm sure they have law enforcement advisors, and
they do.
Supposedly they also have people that belong to clubs that are advisors. And
one of the big clubs they say, which is
they say,
probably the one we know, but one of the largest clubs.
Yeah.
And no, they actually do. And Kurt has admitted that they have, they aren't like friends, but they consult them.
Sure. I mean, if you want to make it realistic.
Yeah, you have to. Who's that one big, huge guy that's from another chapter? He appeared last night, and he's got tattoos, and he always wears a stocking cap, but he's from one of the other Sam Crow.
He's from Nevada.
Yes. Who is that guy? I've never seen him act before in my life. So, okay.
Who knows?
It's not just me.
Just some big Mama Luke.
He is a big dude.
Yeah. He's a big boy.
Wouldn't want to tango with him. But anyways, Clay is in PC.
Yeah.
And that's what they say all the time.
Yep.
And that is protective custody.
He's not in a computer?
And he is not locked in a computer, but he is in PC. So why don't you explain to the listening audience what PC is if they don't know?
Protective custody.
And what does that mean?
Means you're segregated from the rest of the population. You're kept by yourself so that no harm would come to you.
And he's in there.
And it's actually generally not pleasant because you're locked down most of the time.
But Clay wants to be in it.
Sure.
And he's got that, we're going to call him the U.S. Marshal guy, is the one keeping him in protective custody because he don't want to go to Gen Pop, which is general population.
Yeah, he's trying to flip him.
Yeah, he's trying to flip him, which
flip
we're going to get to.
Flip you.
So, yeah. Oh, so I don't know who the one guy's name is, but yeah.
Huh? What?
If they say, we deliver Clay, you deliver Tig. He met with that guy.
Yeah, he took
and
over.
I'm confused.
That guy took over for, what the heck was that guy's name?
Yeah, see, I don't have it. But
I'm trying to think of the banger
Jax
that got
met
killed.
with him, right?
Yeah.
Jax met with the guy, and he said, we will deliver Clay when you deliver, basically.
Well, that's the guy that took over that the street
Pope's.
gangs. Pope's crew.
Okay.
Yeah, Pope,
Okay.
He was Pope's number 2.
Okay.
And had plans of becoming number 1, and he and Jax came to a mutual understanding how that was going to happen. That's when Pope met an unfortunate demise.
That was a great episode
when
Pope got capped. But that was very confusing to me. So, so Jax met with that guy. Pope's
that's
second,
the new
we'll call
one.
it. He's the new number 1.
Yeah.
So Pope's predecessor.
Yeah.
Fair to say.
Yeah.
Right? Is that right? Yeah.
I don't know if that's the right terminology, but I know what you're talking
he
about.
He took over Pope.
Yeah.
How about he took over Pope's job?
He would predecessor would be he came before Pope.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. My bad.
We'll just call him Pope's replacement.
Pope's replacement until we get a name for him. But that was kind of interesting. That we will deliver Clay but he's got to in turn.
He's holding on to Tiggy though. I don't know if he's going to give up Tig or not. He doesn't want to, but he may have to at some point.
I don't think he will, dude.
No, he's too useful to him.
He is. I don't think he can give up Tig, dude. But, anyways, Tara obviously is starting to believe that Gemma turned her in.
Yeah,
and we know from last season Gemma is the one, right? Am I correct on that? I'm trying to think back.
I don't know. She talked about doing it. I don't know if she did or not. It's been a year since
right.
I watched.
It has. That's why I was trying to pick your brain because
I'm not sure.
I'm trying to put all this together, but Gemma.
I thought she did when I was watching. I thought she turned her in.
I think she is, didn't she?
She'll do anything to keep her kids
She
around.
was, and that's what it was.
I'm pretty sure.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she convinced everybody that she didn't.
Right. But Tara's on to her.
Oh, yeah.
And she talked to her. Tara talked to Jax, obviously, and Jax does not think Gemma would go to the cops. That's what he told her. He goes, there's no way she would go to the cops, but I believe she did.
For her kids.
That's my opinion.
For her grandkids.
Right.
I think she
because she was going to go to Oregon
right
with the kids, and she
Right.
didn't want him to leave, and so
I think that's a good opinion to have.
Yep. That is my official opinion. Because like I say, she said she was going to Oregon. So, and Gemma wants his kids to stay close. So I think that's motive. Nero, dude.
Jimmy Schmidt.
Dude, that guy's awesome.
Yeah.
He plays a great...
Was he on Law and Order? Was that the one he was on?
Yes.
Yeah, for a
Correct.
while.
I never watched Law and
He
Order.
wasn't an
but
original cast, but I think he was the second.
He's come in hot and heavy last season.
Uh-huh.
They brought him on and just dialed him right in to his role.
Yeah, he's playing it very well.
And his cousin...
Yeah.
Who is
Dave
Navarro, which is a guitarist for Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Dave Navarro.
He's a guitarist, for Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Probably.
Yes.
I was thinking Soundgarden, but that's not right.
No.
Yeah, Peppers.
Right, Peppers. Yeah. They brought him, and he doesn't have a name yet either.
They say
he always calls him Primo.
His Primo,
but that's cousin.
Yeah, cousin. I don't know if he ever says his name. They might briefly.
Yeah. So we're gonna call him Primo because
Carmen was married to Carmen Electra.
Yes.
How did he mess that one up?
They messed that up, and then they had a show together, reality show for a while.
Oh, really?
Remember that? Yeah. The Bride and Groom.
Oh, that's
reality
right.
show. Remember?
It was MTV.
Yeah, I never really watched it. It was kind of stupid. But yeah. So, anyways,
I give her like a 3. She's not very attractive. Carmen Electra.
And why don't you grab another beer there, because that's trash talk.
Hey, that's my personal opinion. Okay.
So yeah, loving the Nero character, dude, and Jimmy Smits just knocks it out of the park.
Oh yeah,
with that role. But so yeah, later in the episode, Jax confronts Gemma, and she obviously straight up to his face denies going to the cops.
Yeah, I mean, it's your mama.
Exactly.
You
got to believe your mama.
Yeah.
You know. So Jax is buying into all this, that
Yeah.
she denies everything and blah, blah, blah. The retired, and again, we're going to call him U.S. Marshal, but he is retired, which cracks me up because this guy is retired, and apparently he can get in the jail still. Okay, and I'm just telling you, this is the part of the show that's funny because us as law enforcement officers, that doesn't happen.
He kind of leads you to believe that he's pulling in favors and he's calling on favors of people he knows. And
yes, and he's got access to the jail.
Well, that wouldn't happen, but it is a TV show and it is entertainment.
It is. And so anyways, he's retired technically, but he visits Clay on this episode, the first episode, and he tells Clay he believes Jax is the one that killed Damon Pope.
Yeah.
So he's obviously, even though I don't like his character, but whatever, it's fun. He obviously is on. He's a pretty intelligent guy, and he's on to him hard.
Uh-huh.
But Clay is in jail and we all know Jax killed him.
Yeah.
At the end of the season. But Clay's in jail for it, for the murder of Damon, and they're trying to get an agreement. And just to recap, Otto killed this U.S. Marshal's sister.
Yep.
So that the audience knows what we're talking about.
Trying to screw up the RICO case
with the cross that Tara gave him, and Otto, murdered his sister, and so that's why this U.S. Marshal is so hot to trot. But what's funny is he leaves his card. He leaves his card. He talks to Clay. You know, you got to flip, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
and
your PC's ended up at the end of the day.
You're going to Gen Pop.
Guy's name's, I think it's Lee Torek is his name. Yep, Lee Torek.
Okay, I've never seen him on anything else.
I have.
Have you? Okay. Yeah. That's the U.S. Marshal guy, right?
Yep. Yeah.
Yep. Does an excellent job. I don't like his character just because I'm like, but he does that's good because he makes me not like him. So he must be a good actor.
What I mean? He is a good actor.
He is. And he's turning into kind of a junkie. Didn't he shoot something in his arm?
Oh yeah, he's a junkie.
Yeah, he's starting to be a junkie after his.
Well, I don't know if he's starting. I think he just has been.
He has been. Okay. Yeah. So Clay goes to. He told him, "You're going to Gen Pop, Gen Population," and he tells one of the security guards to get a business card out of his card out of the pocket, and he tells him, basically leaves it with Clay.
Yep.
And at the end of that show, Clay's ready to go back to Gen Pop.
Yeah.
He's got his blankets and stuff. And he pulls the card out of his pocket and hands it to that security guard.
They open the door and he sees all the guys in there. He's like, ooh, maybe I don't want to go in there.
What a pussy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Supposed to be a big, bad biker, and he can't go to Gen Pop, dude.
I take it back. I was Googling as we were speaking.
Okay, no problem.
His name on the show is Lee Torek.
Okay.
Yeah,
See, and they rarely mention it.
Yeah. I think they might use his last name just once or twice. His actual name is Donald Logue, or Lowe.
So his name on the show is Lee Torek.
Lee Torek.
We got to remember that.
His name, his actual given name is Donald, Donal, Lowe, Logue.
Okay.
Sounds like he's Irish or something.
That's funny too. I want to talk about real quick. Is it's awesome how these actors can just get rid of their accent.
Oh yeah,
because they did an interview with Jax on Conan O'Brien.
Yeah,
and actually on this next episode, we talk a little bit about Sons of Anarchy. And there's 2 videos where Conan interviews Jax, and it's a really funny interview. So I'm just going to put links to him for people to watch. But completely, his accent comes back. And he's not Irish; he's English. He's from England.
Okay.
And
is he Australian?
No, England.
British. Okay.
Yeah. And it's funny because his accent comes right back, but in the show you would never know. But and I don't even know if all those guys that speak Irish are Irish. Probably not. They probably just pick up. They teach them. They have speech coaches.
Well, no, I believe the guy that plays Jibbs is. Oh, you're talking about the
the Irish guys,
the gun guys.
Yeah. It's hard to say, but. Yeah, anyhow, got off topic there a little bit, but...
well, it seems that it's easier for them to...
Because I can do an Irish accent.
I can, but how long can you hold it? You know what I'm saying?
But they get take after take, so if they screw it up, they get another take.
I think our American accent must be easier to replicate than it is for us to go the other way.
I agree, because it seems like a lot of actors can...
Because I could start with an Irish accent, and it always ends up Scottish.
Yeah, true.
Every accent I do.
But it's a fine mix between there.
Well,
courage!
You can take our woman, you can take our land, but you can't take our freedom. No, I can't keep it up. Everything I can do... you can ask me to do a Chinese accent. Next thing you know, it sounds Scottish. Everything just kind of goes into Scottish for me.
I can't do very many accents at all, dude. But they got all kinds of, language coaches and crap. But
yeah, okay.
Anyways, so U.S. Marshal is hot to trot, and Lee, whatever you said.
Torek.
Lee
Torek. That's his name, character's name on the show.
Okay, good. And so anyways, that particular Lila.
Yes. She's one of the ones that I think could be a real porn star.
She's hotter than Tara.
Yeah, she is. I don't think she's actually a porn star, but she could play one on TV.
Well, she does.
Oh.
But not really. Lila, anyway, she got hurt in that porn shop where she was trying to make some extra cash.
Yeah,
remember that in the first episode of season 6. She gets hurt, and they get raided.
Syrian dudes or
yes,
correct. Yeah.
Middle Eastern. I think Syrian. No, you're right.
I think it was Syrian.
Yep.
Yeah, they were doing some rough porn.
You're right. Absolutely.
Around.
But they got raided. The porn studio got raided. Nero.
By Nero's crew, and
at the same
SOA
time, the
guys
police
showed up
after they
the
raided.
Gunfire.
Yes, yes.
And then you're like, oh no.
Yes. Police raided it, but apparently it was okay because there's one of the cops is a retired dirty cop. And controls that particular area.
He still got some juice there, and the active guys apparently report to him.
Exactly, and so Nero was able to work it out with them.
Yeah, 10%.
And basically, and if you do anything in this area or anything is going to go down like that, let me know. So, so like I say, they're trying to get in a legitimate business. I said at the beginning of the thing, but that's the porn business, I guess, is what they consider legitimate business. So.
Well, considering they were doing dope and guns before, I guess
correct.
Porn is fairly legitimate in their eyes.
Pretty much. A lot safer. I guess. I don't know. If you use protection, can be safe. I guess. I don't know, dude. Still illegal, but probably won't land you in federal prison.
No.
Well, guns will.
Depends on how. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Depends on what you're doing.
You got something on your mind there?
No, I have nothing. Nothing.
Anyways, Lee Torek, the marshal, visits Tara, and of course he's pushing her, just pushing her hard to give up Jax, and that he can relocate her, and put her in the protection program, her and the boys, if she'll only turn Jax in. And at this point, she's refusing to do that.
Right, she's got her own plans.
However, we have some interesting stuff in the next episode, which we're going to talk about yeah, and that might change your mind on whether you think she's going to turn him in or not. So let's wait for that question.
Yeah. Okay.
I have my opinions on that, on what she's got going on. But anyways, they're Iranian guys, because I have it in my notes, not Syrian, but Iranian. So there's a.
I think Syria is just on my mind with the recent events. Yeah,
correctly. So Tig, what a scene, dude. A bathtub full of urine.
Yeah. Well, he started talking about his daughter who just was murdered by Pope, and
I think Tig's going a little bit crazy, dude.
Oh yeah, I think he's full on crazy. He's been full on crazy since the beginning. That's why he was in the position he was in with Clay in charge.
You're right. He, that was an interesting scene, but drowns the guy
in a tub after he's urine.
They put him in a cage after the raid,
right?
And then puts him drowns him in a tub of urine or piss, whatever you want to call it. And then not only that, dude, then he pisses on him.
Yeah, that was a little much.
Oh, geez, yeah, we'll give a. No, we can't. Yeah, but yeah, that was an interesting. As the show goes along, it can be rather graphic on some of that stuff.
Yeah, some of that I think is just a shock factor.
And it was shock even to me, and I see a lot of TV and stuff, and I'm like, all right, that's kind of crazy.
That's overkill.
Drowning him was one thing, but then I was like, all right,
might
whatever.
have been overkill.
A little bit, maybe pretty sure that's overkill.
Yeah.
But whatever. So we had to talk about it, of course. And then, and we've already talked about Nero and Jax are trying to set up that new studio, the massage parlor.
Escort service.
Yes, thank you. Correct.
I don't know. It's a massage parlor.
They can get massages there. I thought they were talking about that you can get a massage.
Combo.
There's massage rooms, there's escort rooms,
yeah.
There's whatever, dude. Yeah. But whatever, it's the sex room is really what it is.
It's pretty much a
front
for prostitution.
Exactly.
Yes.
So very interesting. Of course, they kept showing throughout the episode the boy in the suit.
Yeah.
Whom we now know, based on season 6, episode 2, is the son of Domini, who is the ex of Dave Navarro Primo.
Yes.
And that's her kid.
Mm-hmm.
But we didn't find all that out until episode 2.
The whole first episode, you're like, who is this kid?
I was like, who the hell is that?
Yeah, they show him frequently throughout the episode. You're like, who is he?
Yeah.
He's just kind of popping up here and there.
So we do know who he is.
A little foreshadowing.
Yes, and they did a good job with that because it kept me interested. I was like, what the heck is this guy doing? I guess the last thing I want to say about that, and then we'll move on to the episode, season 6, episode 2, which aired on 9/17. But so the last scene in that show, not the last scene, but the big kicker was him going in to the school with a KG-9 and doing a school shooting, which did not go over very well at all with a lot of people. I don't know if you're aware of the controversies surrounding that.
No, I hadn't looked online to see what the people felt about putting a school shooting in the TV show. I can imagine it was pretty negative.
And Kurt took a lot of heat. FX Networks took a lot of heat from a lot of people. It is a TV show. And on Anarchy afterwards, he explains why they did it. I think he has some legitimate excuses. I'll tell you what I think in a minute. So school shooting, hot and heavy topic. KG-9. Turns out the KG-9 comes from their club.
Yep.
Which, I can see how that ties into the show.
Yep.
Whether it was necessary, a lot of people...
Some big thing to want to take Jax and push him out of the guns.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So my opinion is, okay, it's FX Network. We got people getting butt slammed. Whatever, dude. We've got prostitution.
He was being raped.
Okay, raped.
Yes.
Right. He was being molested and raped.
Yes.
So we've got all this stuff. We've got brothels. We've got prostitution. We've got killing.
We got drowning in a tub of urine.
Yes, and then peeing on him. And now we've got a school shooting. The only reason the school shooting is because of the recent ones we've had here. But here's my opinion. I don't care. I think it was necessary because I think it's a good thing to do because it just shows that here's what happens to all these people that are running illegal guns, which OMGs, gangs, all this stuff, they're making a money off of it. It's kind of like drugs. They don't see the after effect.
Sure.
That is the after effect of of moving illegal weapons and stuff. They get into the wrong hands always.
Right.
And so I think it was
I see that.
subtle way, or not subtle. It was a very in your face way of saying, hey, this is what happens. Go ahead.
I don't know if that's necessarily the intent of it. I think it was more to have some big event that happens with a gun that the club was selling to make Jax really want to get out of it.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I see what you're saying.
I think Kurt had some insight into that, and that's where I get that. Yeah. I kind of thought about it before I saw that, because I knew I saw tweets on Facebook that a lot of people were upset, and I was like, should they have or should they have not? But that's some of Kurt's reasoning.
You're always going to get a reaction when you talk about a topic that sensitive. I mean,
yes, they did.
What are you going to do? There's going to be people on both sides of that.
Absolutely. So you guys can make up your own opinion on that, but it is what it is. They did put it in the show. I don't think it's going to hurt their ratings. Just some
it didn't affect me like that.
No, me neither. No. I was like, okay, yeah, gun got into the wrong hands.
Right.
Bad stuff happens all the time. We see it, and that sucks.
Well, you and I don't live our lives with our heads in the sand, so
correct.
We probably would watch that and thought the same thing, is that's what happens when you sell guns.
Yes.
Or aren't responsible with them. Those things happen.
That is the byproduct.
Right. That's how people in our profession mostly would think of that. But I could see people being offended by it for sure.
Yep. Absolutely. And they were. All right. So let's move into episode 2. And that is starts out, which is awesome, dude. The little things I notice.
Yeah.
Jack starts out, because they usually ride the bike, whatever. I forget what Harley model is, but it's got the little fairing and his little drag bars. But he starts out straight up.
Super Glide.
Yeah, Super Glide.
He's been on some. I saw your show notes. He's been on randomly here and there. He's been on a Street Glide,
which is weird.
Yeah,
because they don't say anything about it. So he's on a blue Street Glide.
The first time you saw him on a Street Glide was when the Irish guys shot the crap out of their bikes testing one of the guns.
True.
And they say, "Hey, you owe me a couple bikes," and then all of a sudden you see Street Glide. But then a few episodes later, you see him back on the Super Glide.
I know.
What the heck's going on? They're kind of popping back and forth between bikes.
You see everybody riding like different bikes. It's
right.
Like,
and
are they just trading? Or because that's not normal. You usually ride your own bike.
And,
but whatever. It's just TV stuff. It's funny stuff I notice.
Joey, who's the old fart that wants to
go
nomad?
And I could not remember his name.
He was on a road glide last episode.
Yes, he was on a road glide.
Yeah.
Yep. Good memory.
Because he
black road glide.
Yeah, he went down.
In fact, it's a denim black. Like
it is.
I sold my recent 2011, bought a 2014 Street Glide Special, but I had a denim exactly like that, and I was like, then I saw the fairing, and it is a Harley road glide. So yeah, I don't know, dude. I think whatever bikes they can get, but it's kind of funny. But he's riding a blue Street Glide in that opening scene, and I do not know where that bike came from, but he likely is much more comfortable.
Yes.
than on his.
He's probably got his rain gear and his saddlebag. He's prepared.
He's ready to actually do some riding rather than from bar to bar.
Right.
Yeah. So, but anyways, they again terminology, they use it a lot. And Lee
Torque.
I'm glad you remember that. Lee Torque, the U.S. Marshal, offered this to Clay. He says, you sign this document. He's talking to him again, still pushing him to turn on Sam Crow, and says, and we'll give you WITSEC.
Yeah, he's giving him they're offering full on amnesty from everything.
And a lot of people may not know what WITSEC is, but WITSEC is the U.S. Marshals Witness Security Program. It's kind of like basically witness protection, but they call it short for it's Witness Security Program, so they just call it WITSEC.
Yeah, most people would probably know it as just witness protection.
Exactly. So I think that can confuse a lot of people. I knew what it was, obviously. I did have to look up WITSEC, though. I looked it up because I was like, I know it's witness protection, but why are they calling it WITSEC? Well, it's very specific to the U.S. Marshals.
Okay.
So there you go. We all learned something
Dropped
today.
a little knowledge on me, didn't you?
Bam.
Boom.
So Clay obviously says, I ain't signing Jack Schnizzle until I get to talk to Jax and Gemma, my son and wife, and kind of pushes it back at him.
So why do you think you want to talk to him? Just to rub it in the faces? Or do you think you want to give him the heads up?
This is
I've got to do what I got to do to protect myself. You better protect yourself. We're gonna see a little bit more because the next episode, Jax will be in there.
Yes.
He'll be confronting Jax.
Correct. Yeah, because that's at the end of the episode.
You want to think he's
flipping? Talking to that U.S. Marshal.
Yeah.
I don't think
he will.
Well,
obviously, I mean, the Marshal Torque, they're forged his signature at the end of the episode, which we'll get to. But I don't see Clay flipping. I think he was probably wanting to talk to him to give him a heads up that, hey, I've got to do what I got to do so I don't get dead.
Yes. I agree with you 100%. I know he wanted to talk to Gemma, and that conversation did not go so well. She was pretty pissed off at him. She knew he's been being pushed for information because she told Jax later how was he acting.
Like a guy that was apologizing for what he's about to do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I don't think he'll do it. Deep down, I don't think Clay will give up Sam Crow. Here's my deal. We don't know if this is going to be the last season.
No,
a lot of it is determined on what we see, and if he does, you can't have another. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's going to kind of depend on how things turn here, whether they can do another season, and they have not confirmed or denied whether they're doing another season or not. So I don't think Clay, in the end, is going to give them up.
I don't think so either.
I think
they want us to think he is.
Keeps us hooked. I don't think it will.
Yeah.
Which it does. I don't think he will. I think he just wants to talk to Jax, and I think he's just using the U.S. Marshal as long as he can to stay in protective custody,
right.
Knowing that he may beat the charges. I don't know, but
or if he talks to Jax and says, "Hey, I did what I did, and I deserve where I'm at," but I'm not saying nothing. Don't do me wrong, and
exactly
because he knows that Jax wants him dead.
Yep, I don't think he's not toying with it in his mind because it's right there hanging in front of him. But when D-Day comes,
I
don't think he's going to do it.
Yeah, I don't know.
So
I don't think he will, but
that is my prediction. And in the upcoming episodes that we do of Sons of Anarchy, I can tell you, okay, I was wrong.
I was wrong or I was right. Well, a lot of times in good TV shows like that or good movies, they try to get you thinking one way and then they come back at you another direction, so
good writers like Kurt Sutter will
so that's why I'm thinking
that.
It's way out there and oh my God, Clay's going to flip and then they'll do something crazy and he doesn't. So I could be wrong.
No, yeah.
But that's how I'm thinking.
I think you're on the right track, buddy. And Kurt Sutter is notorious for doing that kind of stuff. So anyways, he gets Tara gets out of jail. This is something we want to talk about. It just starts a scene, dude. She gets out of jail and meets with her attorney. So I'm assuming that she bailed out.
I assume because
they didn't say nothing.
Didn't say nothing.
And her trial is set for 6 weeks. They did mention that. So she's got 6 weeks. So I assume she's out on pretrial bail. And after beating the crap out of that gal in jail, her hands all broke up and she's got a bandage on.
Don't take her blanket.
No. I took my wife's blanket once, and that happened to me, and I won't be taking it again.
Well, you Dutch ovened her. I don't blame her for hitting you.
Okay, dude, that does happen once in a while, but all in good fun. So,
well, we're all human.
We are, dude. So Jack again, and then she gets out of jail. Talks to her attorney, and she gave her all those notes on the pad. And I want to know what's on those notes.
Well,
here's what I need to do a release of that.
Here's what I deducted because the attorney said one thing that nothing that you wrote on those pads incriminates you or Jax.
That was later, correct?
Right. So what it leads me to believe is she's writing down things that would make Jax an unfit father, so she can get custody of the kids or give it to the other gal.
Yep. Correct. And the attorney even said, she asked her later in the show, did you read those? And she goes, kind of disturbing, but there's nothing, basically, so I think she wrote a lot more, but nothing that can get Jax indicted.
Right, or her.
Just that probably stuff that, like you say, I agree that she can keep her kids. But Jax picked her up outside the courthouse after that little conversation on that blue street light.
Yeah.
And I bet Tara likes the street light.
It's probably much more comfortable
dude,
for
I just
her.
got to keep bringing it up.
If there was a backrest on it, she would have been really comfortable.
Yes. But so they take off.
Apparently, he's not concerned with the comfort of his rider.
Apparently not. In real life, you're, for lack of a better term, old lady. Will make sure she's comfortable, or she will let you know.
Yeah. First of all, I would not refer to my wife as an old lady because she would smack me around. But yeah, it's very important.
Sorry, Miss. Matt's missus. If you're listening to this podcast, I just it was lack of a better term.
Yeah, no, I've had to purchase new. I had to get rid of the pegs and put some floorboards on there for her.
True that.
So that she can adjust her feet around and move the pressure points on her rear. had to get a different seat, and I've got a detachable trunk that she can lean up against.
Yeah, and she's a lot happier because
Oh
of
yeah,
that.
she's a happy lady.
So yeah, you will make sure that your significant other,
Yes,
i.e. old lady, is
she's younger than me.
Okay.
Young lady.
Young lady. So we talked about Dave Navarro's character, Primo is what he's called. Red Hot Chili Peppers guitarist.
Yep.
His ex-wife's kid, who's Domini, is the one that did the school shooting.
Yeah.
Just to recap on that a little bit, and they
That
find
gal looked familiar too. I've seen her in.
See, I'm terrible because
Obviously she's an actress, but I've seen her in something before.
kind of cute.
Yeah.
Besides, they're making her look like a heroin junkie.
Yeah, I can't remember what she was in, but.
So Domini is her name, and she gets snuffed a little bit later, but we'll talk about that. So, so they in this episode it really comes out. Navarro has to go. Jax and actually, let's go to the kind of the next. I don't want to jump ahead too much, but they talk later. Obviously, Primo tells Nero that hey, it was our KG9.
It was mine.
It was our KG9, and and she's gonna. We hope she doesn't talk,
dude. I just knew. I had a feeling that he was not the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I looked him up. Look it up on Wikipedia. That's where I got the notes.
Well, Wikipedia's full of crap. It's Jane's Addiction.
No, that's where he started. Then he went to Red Hot Chili Peppers. He was in Jane's Addiction too.
Yeah.
You're right.
He was in Peppers too.
Look.
I remember him from Jane's Addiction.
Yeah, Wikipedia.
Yeah.
He did start in Jane's Addiction.
Okay,
You're
cool.
totally correct.
Hey, we're both right.
Yep. So, anyways, they did some talking about that. But Jax and Tara have a talk, and in I believe in the bedroom, and obviously Jax is sticking to his guns with her that he's cutting his ties with the Irish.
Yep.
He doesn't want to sell any more guns. Wants to move the club in the right direction. Obviously, this is because he wants to go in the right direction, but also because of the shooting and the KG9. Do you know what a KG9 is, bro?
Well,
I looked it up a little bit because I wasn't completely familiar with it.
It looks like a Tech 9.
It is a Tech 9.
Yeah, I say when I saw the pictures of the gun, it looked like a Tech 9.
Essentially, it is a Tech 9.
Is it an actual real gun, or are they just using?
No, it's actual. It is.
Okay.
You can look it up on the internet.
All right.
It's a 9mm submachine gun. Shoots really fast, really heavy, but it shoots 9mm. That is what a KG9 is. It's basically a Tech 9. And speaking of Tech 9, there's an idiot band out there called Tech 9. Some rappers.
Yeah.
And they wear all red, and they always come to our town to the Sun Dome, dude.
Yeah.
They're freaking morons, and I hate it when they come. So don't support that band. They're a bunch of Norteño gangster wannabes.
Good to know.
Looks like the Kool-Aid guy, dude. Remember the Kool-Aid guy, the big red, because they wear all red.
Oh,
He's up there and he's a big
You tell me they're not little svelte individuals?
No, he's a little frickin', he looks like the Kool-Aid man. But anyways, don't get me on that topic, dude. I'll go nuts. But Nero does tell Jax that after obviously Navarro, Primo tells Nero goes to Jax and tells him that, it was our KG9 that was used in the school shooting. They're really worried about Domini, the mother, talking to the Stockton police. Have you ever been to Stockton, California?
No.
I have.
I don't know that I would ever go on purpose.
It's kind of like, I won't say the name here, but it's kind of like our town.
Oh.
Very similar, dude.
Yeah.
It's kind of it could be like a sister city, bro. Anyways. So they're really worried about it. Stockton police are outside, obviously. They need to move her, and they talk about, Nero and Jax talk about it, maybe moving her to another charter can take her in, and they also have a cabin in Pine Grove that they may take her to. I don't know where Pine Grove is, but obviously down in Cali somewhere, which is where this takes place.
It's not Piney's cabin? So that's where they were at, was Piney's cabin.
Okay, well, that's Pine Grove then.
I wonder if that's what they're talking about,
maybe.
Referring to his cabin as Pine Grove.
Maybe. Because that's
where they ended up at the end of that episode.
That's what they talked about. So another funny thing, I was looking on Twitter while we're talking about this, is just to give you guys a little education there, if you're not familiar.
Education.
But you notice on this show, nobody uses smartphones. There's an old flip phone.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I saw some Twitter and Facebook stuff, which is funny, and people are asking, why are they have all these new bikes and all this new technology, and why are they using these old flip phones?
Yeah.
Well, in true fashion, I can tell you that is the way the subculture works.
Yeah.
That is the way drug dealers work. That is the way
Mm-hmm.
OMGs work. And what they're called, they're disposable phones. We call them throw phones or burners.
Track phone.
Track phone is one of them. They're basically prepaid phones, and the reason criminals use them, including motorcycle clubs, which this is a criminal motorcycle club by all means, they use burner phones.
Depicted as.
Yes. They use throw phones or burners, and basically they're untrackable because they're prepaid.
Right.
You don't have to give your name. There's no contract, and they use them for a month, and they burn them, or they throw them in a garbage, which is why they're called a throw phone, and then they grab a new one with a new number. It's extremely hard for law enforcement to track and or tap those phones.
Right.
So I appreciate Kurt Sutter sticking to that little things I notice in the show that I appreciate, that they're not on smartphones, because that is not normal. All your dirty business is done on old track phones and throw phones, which they still do make the little flip phones, and that's pretty common. When you get a track phone or a throw phone, they are little old style flip phones. So little things people may not notice, but I wanted to throw that in there. So Gemma, we're moving along. Gemma talks, she does go in to talk to Clay in the jail, and we talked about that a little bit. Clay tries to apologize and all that. Gemma is not very receptive.
No.
And then Lee, the U.S. Marshal.
Lee Torek, sorry. Yeah.
Meets her outside the bathroom,
Yeah.
gives her a little crap. She calls him a dick.
Yeah.
She goes, "You're a dick."
You're a dick.
Leave it to Gemma, dude. That was kind of funny. So
she's a great actress, but sometimes I sit there and think of when she's playing.
Yep.
What was that?
Love and Marriage.
Family.
Love and
I'm
Marriage.
trying to think of the name of that show. But she's sitting on the couch eating bonbons.
Yep. I know exactly what show you're talking about. Forget it. It'll come to us.
Yeah.
It'll come to us. But yeah, that's all I can see her from too. But she does a great job acting. She is a great actor in the show. So Jax meets the Irish.
Yep.
In the barn, and tells the main Irish guy that we're moving out of guns, but gives him basically says we're going to move it to another charter.
Yeah, we'll
don't worry about it.
We'll take care of it. We'll keep it the same, but just move it out of San Bernardino. He says
Bernardino.
Yeah,
right.
They call it Berdue.
Berdue.
Yeah,
Okay.
Or Berdue, San Bernardino, referred to as Berdue.
Yep. And Irish guy baits Jax.
Yeah, he does.
Big time,
that's
dude.
Awesome.
Did you get that?
Yeah.
I had to replay that scene like 3 times. I had it on DVR. I go, why is he doing that? And sometimes I can't understand what he's saying because it's not their normal accent. And so I have the headphones, and I was like, I get it. I get it.
Uh-huh.
Is that what you got out of that?
Yeah.
So go ahead. Go ahead with that.
Yeah, he's baiting him in there. And was telling him basically, yeah, it sounds good. And then drops a bomb on him, but you're going to double it.
Right, which to me
sounds good. But you're going to keep doing what we're doing, and we're going to go down there too.
Right, and basically to me, he's telling Jax, okay, the KG9 is so popular now as a killing gun because of the school shooting.
Its value is going on the streets.
It's going to double.
Go up.
And basically, he's telling Jax, "You're an idiot. You can make double now, bro."
Yeah.
So he's basically throwing money in his face.
Yeah, he says you're going to double our business now.
Yeah, going you. Basically, he's trying to get Jax to not back out, to go.
Right.
Basically, yeah, it's like putting gold in front of somebody. He's putting gold in front of him, going, okay, but that gun's double the price now on the street. And is that what you got out of? That's what I was feeling.
I got out. I mean, he said it. That's
right.
The hot gun now. It's going all over the news. People are going to want it. I left, and maybe I'll have to watch it again. I still got it on the DVR, but I was thinking that he was going to expect him to move him now out of San Bernardino, and up there in the false city of Charming.
My question is, though, how can he order him to do that? That's why I was thinking he was trying to bait him. Right, but what's the repercussion for not doing it?
You're dead.
They'll take out all of Sam Crow?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll just wipe you out.
See, and that's
we're the IRA, we're the Irish, and if you don't move our guns,
okay, that's a
I'll
very
just take you out.
Interesting insight.
You're dead.
That's why I like having you in here, brother, because that was a completely different insight that I got. So
that's the way he was. I felt he was muscling him. Basically.
Okay.
You're going to do it.
Instead of dangling gold in front of him, you think he was just muscling him.
I think so.
Okay. Or maybe a little of both.
Maybe some of both.
Right. Muscling him and saying, you're an idiot. You can make double on these guns.
Because he's never really fully trusted Jax. He trusted Clay.
He wants Clay still.
Yeah. See, he doesn't trust him.
Yep. I agree. They want to do business through Clay still, but that I don't think is going to happen. So basically tells him, it's known as the deadliest weapon because of the school shooting.
Right.
Go for double the price. Yeah. And so at the end, he tells Jax he will let him know what the kings, I quote, kings decide, which are the bosses.
Right. The old
Irish
farts
bosses.
The old farts in Ireland.
Yep. Until then, business as usual. So I have to agree with you. You may have changed my mind a little bit. See, I hadn't talked to you, and that's what's fun about getting on the podcast is, yeah, you're right. Now that I think about it, he just maybe muscling him a little bit along with that instead of just dangling in front of him. So Jack didn't really have a response for it. He kind of just took it.
But his response was, "We're not going to move him. We'll just store him for now. It's just too much heat."
Yep. And so yeah, let's move on to Domini. So they're up in the cabin.
Yeah.
And they get in the hole. She freaks out, grabs the shoddy, grabs the bitch off the wall. If you guys don't know, that's just a nickname for a shotgun as a bitch. She grabs the bitch, starts going crazy, goes all commando, as Jax puts it later.
By the way, did you notice it was a double-barreled hunting shotgun? And she already torched off 2 rounds, so she had no rounds left, and they were still freaking out.
See, I didn't even notice that. That's awesome.
She blasted one in the ceiling and comes out, and then she takes a shot at somebody, and now it's empty. But they're still treating it like she's got a loaded gun.
See, that's awesome, dude. The little things Hollywood misses. But Lurch picked up on it. I love that. So she's all freaking out. Nero has to, Primo was going to get in the car with her and drive her off.
After he took a pot shot at Gemma.
Yes, she took a pot shot at Gemma, right? She did.
Yes.
Yeah, she did.
That was her second shot.
Yes.
Now the gun's empty.
She took a pot shot at Gemma, missed her.
Yeah.
He was going to jump in the driver's seat. Primo was, and Nero had to cap his own cousin with that rifle.
As we're chatting here, I'm looking at the cast and crew, and here's Dave Navarro, referred to as Primo.
Yep.
His actual name was Arcadio. Arcadio.
Arcadio. All right. Thanks. Man, research right in the studio.
I'm doing it. I'm trying to pay attention. I don't think I've...
It's hard, isn't
zoned off too much.
No, you haven't. You've done good.
Well, thank you.
So yeah, caps him, and then of course we move into the cabin. She's freaking out. Jibs pulls out like a bunch of dope, and then Juice goes in the bedroom with her.
Yeah.
And they're obviously trying to make her OD. So the reason they did that, they had extra dope, because they wanted to make it look like her dope. She only used a little bit. And so they went in the room, and he pulls out that baggie, gives it to Juice. Obviously, it's under orders of Jax. Goes in the bedroom, shoots her up.
Give her a hot shot.
And they didn't want to use her dope. And then he smothers her with a pillow.
Which I think was odd.
It is odd.
I thought if he's going to just give her a hot pop or hot shot, as they referred to it,
exactly,
just let her go. But
that's what I thought too. And then he smothers her with the pillow.
That was strange. Probably for a dramatic effect to, make Juice have to do that. And
yes,
I don't know. Maybe it was better for film.
So yeah, we're running late here, so we're just gonna finish it up here real quick. Obviously, she gets killed. Nero's suspicious of it.
Oh yeah, rightfully so.
Yeah, rightfully so. Jax tells him, "Nope, it wasn't my orders." He asks him directly.
Had to be the dope. We don't know what else she took.
Exactly, and that's what Juice said. He goes, "Look, I've got her kit right here. She's still got a full balloon."
Right.
And I don't get that, because you would want to make it look like she OD'd, but I wasn't completely clear on that. Anyways, Jibs obviously wants to move the guns. He wasn't very happy about that, and Jax wants to store them and lay low right now. But Jibs wants them sold on the street now.
Jibs is an Irish guy, and he's connected with those Irish guys, and so obviously he wants to keep it going.
Yep. So there's a little bit of conflict there. Funny, Tara asked the hospital supervisor for confidential pregnancy testing.
Yeah, what's that all about,
dude? If she's got another kid with Jax, that's messed
up.
Well,
who else would it be?
That's what I'm wondering, dude. Because he ain't been faithful, and I don't think she's been all faithful, and that might have been something they kept.
If it's somebody else's kid, that'll be a good twist.
Oh, man. And that's what I'm thinking. I don't think they'll keep it as simple as just being Jax's having another baby. I think she was screwing somebody else. Straight up, dude. I'm serious.
Clay?
Oh, dude. Or if it's somebody else in the club, oh, my God, dude.
I don't.
It's going to get messy.
Yeah. Or maybe it was just thrown out there to just make everybody wonder.
Yeah.
That's weird.
And maybe it'll come back negative, but I doubt it. So Tara is working with her attorney. This is interesting. We're just going to move right along here.
Go for it.
She wrote on her pad, and basically the attorney says basically what you have written. Jax is not a suitable guardian, and if she has to serve time, she wants she basically says if you have to serve time, all we have to do is establish that Jack's association with the club is a danger to her boys, and he is not suitable guardian. And Tara wants Wendy, which is Jax's ex-wife, as a guardian instead of Gemma, and that is not going to go over well with Gemma. Further, Tara's attorney says she will wait until right before her trial to file for the divorce. So she's got the papers and she's ready to divorce Jax. But she wants to file the custody issue ASAP.
Yes.
I don't think Tara's going to file for divorce. I don't think she'll actually do it. I think she'll rethink it. That's just, what do you think?
I think she'll stay with him.
I do too. I think she's I think she's going to rethink and stay with him. So yeah, I guess I'm just looking through here to make sure we didn't miss. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Yeah, and we know I can't remember his name. The only other thing I can't remember is the guy that wants to go nomad. I cannot think of his name right now.
Oh, I know.
He's got the long beard, and he's
Jimmy, Joey, Johnny.
He needs 4 people per their bylaws,
right? According to the show, yeah.
Yep. To go nomad. 4 other guys that don't have a home, but we'll figure out his name before we do the next one.
Yeah.
So, anyways, the last scene is Jax romping Tara.
Yeah, she looks thrilled, doesn't she?
She is not in it.
No.
And you've probably seen that look a lot.
No, I'm not.
Sorry, dude.
I'm not going to respond to that because I want to keep it classy. Yeah, the first episode ended with him throwing one in the madam.
Yes, the brothel lady.
The MILF-looking gal. And
the MILF-looking gal, dude.
Yeah, attractive older.
She was kind of playing the motherly role, taking off his shoes and got to him, dude.
Oh, yeah. And then the second one ends, he's giving Tara the high hard one.
And she has a couple tears coming out of her eyes.
Yeah, she's
at the end.
Yeah, and she's giving him the...
Yep. Yeah, exactly. The fake.
Yeah, she's looking around. She's crying. Yeah, obviously she's not into it. So.
Yep.
Which just adds to our... they want us to think that she's over him and she's taking the kids. But I think they're just trying to set you up.
I agree.
To do a 180.
I agree. What else? Any last thoughts? We took you guys to 1 hour and 8, and we appreciate you tuning in to the Law Abiding Biker Podcast. Don't forget to rate us on iTunes. We really use your ratings. Check out the website. I've got a lot of new cool videos. There's a ton of them for free. There are some for sale for a very reasonable price. But yeah, we hope to let episode 3 and 4 go, and then we'll do another podcast. And these are just going to be in between the regular podcasts.
A little extra.
Yeah. So I should have this out tonight, and 18 should be out before the end of September, so you get 3 episodes this month.
Sweet.
Yeah.
We do not condone or promote any of the actions of the fictitious characters on this show. It is entertainment purposes only, and what I do like about the show is it does not pretend to be anything else. It's just fictitious.
It is entertainment.
Yes,
we absolutely don't support that lifestyle or anything of the sort, but it is fun.
It is entertainment.
We need one of those really quick
good program
where you can, where the car commercials where they buy the car, and then all of a sudden, MSRP 1,000, and you get an attorney in on it. Dude, yeah, I need to make one of those. Yeah. But anyways, we appreciate you, our audience. You guys are so awesome. If you want to hear this episode and you want to see the show notes, lawabidingbiker.com/. It'll be, I got to think about what I'm going to do.
You put the show notes up too for everybody to look at?
Oh, yeah. Every
cool.
show we do. Because I make notes for every show. It'll be / season 6.
Episode 1 and 2, I think is what you called it.
So season...
Yeah, but I think you titled it SOA Season 6.
Yeah, but I got to think of a good...
Episode 1 and 2.
SOA... I don't know,
It's coming out. Listen to it tonight, and then you'll see the title.
Yeah, you'll see the title, but I have to make a link to it on my website so they can get to the show notes. But anyways, I don't know what the link will be, but just go to the homepage of lawabidingbiker.com.
It'll be one of your most recent.
Yeah, it'll be the top.
Yeah,
and click on it. and you can make comments. I'd really like people to get involved and tell us what you think. And you can make comments right on the website.
Listening to us talk about this, is it fun or is it a waste of time? And if
Yep.
you guys don't like it, we won't talk about it no more. Or if you like it, we'll keep on talking about it.
Exactly. Or if you have your opinions of the show and what's going on,
Sure.
let's just chat about it and get it going. And you can do that right on the website, lawabidingbiker.com, and make your comments. And if your comments are awesome,
We'll play them.
we will
talk about 'em.
We'll talk about them.
Yes, we can't play the comments.
No.
If you leave a voicemail, we could.
Right. Or you can leave voicemails too. If you have your own opinions or own visions of where it's going, that would be awesome. So anyways, enough said. We are out of here.
Like a trout.
Out like a trout. Attaboy. And I would just want to thank Lurch, always available and always helping me out.
Glad to be here.